So no mai, haere mai e te whānau. Welcome to the Wednesday Moo Wisdom Circle. And today is the 26th of August. We are really very close to the eclipse, the next phase of the eclipse. So it is really worrying within us and also without us, because there's a lot of storming, there's a lot of eclipsing going on all around us. So we just have to hold on and learn how to ride that super wave. So I am your nanny tea host and Te Raukura Tūruke, and beaming to you here from the Kopu Temple. And also with me, my beautiful support, my sidekick here, Granny Anhara Sundari, is with me as well, and beaming to us, broadcasting from the Blue Diamond Lake of Taupo Nui Atia. So yeah, lots of action down there with the Blue Diamond. And also welcome to Sister Natalie, who's just come on. Kia ora, sis. Great to have you with us. And so, on behalf of all of the Galactic Grandmothers of Moo and the Moo Movement, we'd love to welcome you into the space and extend the warmest welcome. And thank you for showing up. Thank you for showing up for yourself. That's important. Like, this is the Māori that drives this mothership. Your presence matters, and it is the greatest gift to have you here in real time. So tonight we're going to be exploring an extraordinary threshold that we're all in at the moment. And right now I've been asked by Spirit to really focus in on the Blue Diamond and its gifts and what it's actually here to share with us, particularly as we start coming into the superstorm energies, which we are seeing turbulence all around us, seeing a lot of weather pattern changes. We've just had this huge big eruption in Vanuatu. 10-mile high volcano just exploded. And I'm like, holy, just as well we're back home. Otherwise, we wouldn't have been able to fly. There won't be any flights because there is no visibility, at a certain, when things get big like that. So, we had trouble enough getting home. The pilot didn't want to land because there was a little bit of mist. And so imagine what it would be like with a volcano. Yeah, it'd be a no-go zone. Oh, and welcome, Sister Mary. Sorry I hadn't seen you before. Kia ora, sis. Morena. It's Morena over in Ireland at the moment, or Mu Eru. So it's great having you girls with us. And we are definitely riding the shift, and there's so much to share. So without further ado, I'd love to call my beautiful support, Wahine Ma, Anhara, over to you, sister, to do your first piece of sharing. Kia ora.
Oh, kia ora e te whānau. Wow. It's been a pretty full-on week, actually. But you know what? With intensity is a lot of growth. But I had a client a couple of days ago and I was working with them, and they go, oh, they can see a blue stone in their third eye. And I thought immediately, I bet that's the blue diamond, right? Because we work with it. So what I'm seeing now is that it's actually in the field. It's in the quantum field. We've been working with it. I mean, I've been working with it, dreaming of it. I've seen it. I remember once seeing like a grid, and I saw three of the blue diamonds at the bottom of it. I used to draw it and stuff, but multiple different experiences. And I said to her, "Oh, is this the color? Can you see that color?"
Yeah, in between it disappearing.
It's a code. Yeah, it's not very good actually online doing this. I think it's when we've got the backgrounds. And anyway, she said, "Yes, that's it." And I knew she'd been activated by the blue diamond. So I just
Mm.
wanted to share that. And so that is, I mean, we will talk some more into that. But what I wanted to share tonight is I love Christine Papagiorgio with the Zolkin Mayan calendar. And today is the grand finale, the closing the cycle, the completion of the calendar, and it's a yellow star wave spell. And so I'm a yellow electric star, and you're a yellow. Are you a yellow warrior? Aren't you? Golden
Yeah.
warrior. Yeah,
Rhythmic warrior. Yeah.
yeah. So we're yellow kin. So it's a big day for us, you know. And anyway, we're actually into the 13th octave, and we love the 13th because it's the divine feminine and it's the mother grid, right? So we commence this yellow star wave spell, our final of 20 wave spells in the Zolkin calendar 13 days ago on the 14th of August. We reached its completion today on the 26th of August. This is where we complete another galactic spin. So the two, sorry, of the 260-day cycle of our journey through the dream spell. So the Zolkin, which started with Kin 1 Red Magnetic Dragon way back on the 9th of December 2025, 9 months ago. So we're birthing, right? We're having a rebirth, a new birth, let's say a new birth. It feels like another lifetime from there. You know, that 9 months is like, well, there's no time, right? We've talked about this. So today we reached our final destination. So Kin 260, the yellow cosmic sun, the Ra light, which is the ultimate in cosmic consciousness, opening a gateway of enlightenment. At the 13th octave in the wave spell, we reached the cosmic gate and have returned to 0 point. This state is also accessed through the 1111 gateway, which opens the portal. The final day of the yellow star wave spell is a massive spiritual day of divine magic, and it is also a galactic activation portal day. Yeah, let's galactic activation portal everything, right? Let's bring through these new visions. So the gate to divine source, 0 point, is blasted open today. Let's celebrate that. So Kin 260, yellow cosmic sun, closes the 260-day Zolkin and is said to contain all kin in one. That's pretty big stuff. That's what Moo's all about, containing all kin in one, as it is the final kin having energetically absorbed all preceding kin frequencies and lessons through this journey to become the bright, shining star that we are through total joy and love. So in the dream spell, Count Kin 260 represents the magic flight regenesis. I really like that. Magic flight regenesis of the 260-day galactic spin. So the moon genesis complete, galactic free will attained, the yellow cosmic sun is ending the old cycle, and the outdated paradigms, a huge closure for humanity. Here, here, we're ready for it.
Mm.
We called it in. We're ready for it.
I.
So, in amongst all of that, in the last week, I've been going through something, and I just got up and I felt, oh my God, I want to birth something, and that kind of all plays in, right, with the Zolkin. So I ended up doing a Moo movement, Galactic Grandmothers of Moo vision board, and it's
Mm.
got 8 actually arms to the global vision. Can you see that?
Ah,
Can you see
in
it at
and out a
all?
little bit. Yeah, yeah, oh yeah,
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 it
yeah,
does
yeah.
that. But you can see it? Yeah. So that's my global grandmother's Moo Movement vision board, global outreach. Woo woo, loving it. So I'm just pulled number 2 of Fecky's tentacle out, our global community and connection, where we talk, share, and connect with each other every day. So one of the ones is interviewing international people, and that's just not Te Raukura and myself. You can interview people as well, hear their stories, their visions, their cultures, and connection to Moo. Real people, real stories, and real connections. The next one, so this is my next page. I don't know, hopefully you can see that. Can you see this?
Not really. Where are you?
Okay. Can you see that? Okay, I can put it on our thread. It's okay, I'll put it on the thread. So the next one is international panel. Bring people from different countries together around a shared theme. Many voices, one vision, one future. Then I love this one, International Sisters Circle. Small online circles connecting women and men from different countries as genuine relationships can develop. So that genuine relationships can develop. Voices of the future, and I've got a little mokopuna here, and this one is one powerful question asked around the world: what kind of world do you want to leave for the generations coming after you? That's a great question, right? So this is all about we remember who we are, we rise together, we create the fifth world of peace, and that's what we're coming into. So I love this one, Moo Around the World. Highlight one country, its people, traditions, landscapes, and the members connected to that place. So just say Mary Dairy, and we just highlight her and her people. Moo Global Gatherings, online gatherings where several countries participate together, bringing song and story and blessings or visions. Then the Global Wisdom Exchange, sharing teachings, stories, traditional practices, songs, artwork, and wisdom from each culture. And we've got our Moo Visionaries next. Interview change makers, healers, artists, educators, environmentalists, and community builders. And then the last one, I really love this one, the Moo World Map. A visual map showing where Moo members are around the world, a living picture of our growing community. So yeah, one circle, one heart, one mission, one global family. So just rolling on from that, I've written another little corridor. I mean, I'm really loving this, expanded vision. We're not national, we're global. We're one global family, and we're not different to other people. And this is the thing, everyone's looking for what we have here and what we've built, and we've built it up from the ground up. And we've got our Moo values, we've got like the Moo Foundation course, we've got the prophecies, the teachings, we've got the infrastructure to build, to build something really beautiful and take it somewhere, but we all take it together. So I believe that humanity is in an evolutionary rite of passage. And Taniwha spoke about it last Wisdom Circle. Friday night, at the temple. So we stand at the threshold between worlds. The old ways are cracking open. The ancestral echoes are rising. The veils between what was and what is becoming are thinning. This is not merely a time of change. It is an initiation, and we're all being initiated. Have no doubt about that. Like the shaman entering the dark forest, we are being called away from the familiar and into the sacred unknown, a place where the old identity can no longer follow. Here we meet our shadows. Here we meet the ancestors. Here we meet the wounds carried through generations. Here we discover the parts of ourselves buried beneath survival. The old skin must be shed, the old stories must be witnessed, the old agreements must be released, the old patterns must return to the earth. For beneath the ashes of who we thought we were, something ancient is stirring, the remembering, the heartbeat of the earth of Papatuanuku, Gaia, Pachamama, the wisdom of the grandmothers, the voice of the ancestors, the knowing held within the bones. We are being asked to walk consciously through the fire of transformation, not as victims of a changing world, but as initiates of a new one. And when we emerge from the darkness, we do not return empty handed. We return carrying medicine, medicine for ourselves, medicine for our families, and medicine for our communities, medicine for a world seeking another way. We are here to create the visions that sustain community, uplift the human spirit, and open pathways into new realities, to dream beyond what has been and dream the dreams that our ancestors could not yet see, to dream the dreams our children deserve to inherit, and to gather around the sacred fire of possibility and ask, what reality are we willing to create together? And the shaman knows you do not cross a sacred threshold unchanged. You leave something behind, you retrieve something lost, and you return carrying medicine. Perhaps this is humanity's great initiation, to remember who we were before fear taught us separation, to reclaim the wisdom we buried, to create visions that nourish community, and to dream ourselves into new realities. The old world is not simply ending, a new story is asking to be dreamed, and we are the dreamers. We are the threshold walkers. We are the ones carrying the medicine forward. Putting down the rākau.
Kia ora, sister. Wow, there's a lot in that. There's so many elements and layers to it. And one of the things that came through for me was that we are building the new universe. You know, this is not just the new world, not here. It's not necessarily the same as what we've already seen, but it's something else that's beyond it that we are, yeah, being able to evolve into. Yeah, and we've got to be involved to evolve, because that's the other thing about this. You know, a lot of people are standing on the sidelines still, and they still haven't quite stepped in, and they're still contemplating what this is all about. But there's a lot of courage that it takes to really step in and let go. It's a bit like zero pointing. You know, you've got to sometimes be the fool to go off the side of the cliff and know you can actually fly. And I didn't actually do the cleansing beforehand, so I'm just going to do it now. So cleansing our fields above us, below us, before us and behind us, within us and without us. I'm just clearing the space and opening the doorways here for beautiful matauranga, for sharing as we move forward on this evening. So yeah, I just wanted to mention about this water planet and how sacred it is that we are holding the codes of the water kingdoms. You know, we're water beings ourselves, so this is part of who we are. This is part of what we're calling in as well. This is part of the flow of us letting go and just allowing this community to continue to grow and grow, because, you know, we are coming into uncaptured waters. We're sort of becoming connected to the free queen sea that is a current that goes all around not only this planet but all the other planets in the solar system and the cosmos. So we are reconnecting our Earth bodies to our galactic bodies as well, and our aquatic bodies. And so, yeah, we are realizing that we're connected to it all, everything, and we're also connected to each other. Like, whatever people are experiencing, I felt like what was happening over in Hawaii, I could feel it in my body, and I was like, oh, something's going on there. And then Peru, and Machu Picchu and places like that, there was all these floods as well, and it's like, oh, I could feel that. And then while we were in Vanuatu, I could feel something brewing. I knew something was about to unfold. And there's been a lot of earthquakes here as well. Anhara was experiencing those recently. So there's a whole lot of earth movement going on. And just as there is on the inside of us, we're also changing our patterns, our structures. The old world is cracking us open. So things that haven't worked can actually now be reviewed and looked at. And we're following the divine directive too, which is important that we're following that, because we're getting the guidance of where to go. And in my situation with the blue diamond, that's what has really landed. And it's not just about our Mu temple on the Mu foundation training we did on the Sunday, because that was an unearthing of the blue diamond, and I felt a lot of excitement in that. It was really, really made me realize a lot about how important the blue diamond actually is, because we're holders of that currency here in First Light. And this is a big responsibility to hold a water diamond for the whole planet. So not everybody realizes the weight that's been carried in that. But this is also part of the unearthing of the ancient dreaming, the ancient prophecies that are coming to light that have been hidden for a long time. Wasn't safe to share them back in the old days, in recent times, even, in recent times. But it's like become necessary to share this now. And even Auntie Rose, I just watched a little kōrero of her sharing about the tohunga and how they kept a lot of things secret knowledge. And it was essential that that happened in those times. But now there's this knowledge that needs to be shared. Of course, not everybody's going to hear it, because not everybody's got ears to hear. You've got to actually hear it with your heart before you can actually really feel the truth of what it is. Just recently I met a young man who was working with the Te Wheke wisdom, and when I connected with him, he wasn't carrying the vibration that I was hoping he would, but he definitely has got matauranga, he definitely has got knowledge. And he I had to sort of step away from the conversations, because he sort of came across as being quite rude in the end. And there are certain boundaries that we must have with people, and it was evident that he was going to be operating from this level down here, when I need to communicate with people at the same level. And when I did inquire with him about the doctrines of Mu and the movement that we're working with, he goes, none of it resonates with me, straight away. And I knew then that this is a resonance that we are activating. So only those that are actually carrying the same vibrational frequency matching will be even remotely interested in what we're doing. So those that are going through whatever stuff that they're going through, maybe still caught in Te Wheke's whirlpool, or feel that they're superior. There's the superiority complex as well that a lot of people carry, and information from book learnings and that sort of thing that's very mind orientated, that can be a divisive energy as well, that causes people to feel that they need to know from books and from previous knowledge rather than stuff that is passed down generationally and actually activated in our genes. So there's a lot that's happening on that level. And this actually also brings me to the point that these sacred practices that we are being called to do, which needs to be a daily practice. We all need some kind of practice that we're doing to lift our vibration, to maintain it, because we're living in quite a dense world. It's like sludge out there. I mean, you actually need some protection, and the tools that we're offering, particularly working with the mat and getting that blue diamond activated, which is actually one of the main protectorates, which I'm finding right now. It's very shielding, and when we are working with that blue diamond tech, we're visualizing that encompassing our entire body. We're actually inside the Merkaba, so we sort of make ourselves into a the diamond actually expands around us, and then once it starts moving, we're actually right in the middle of it, and it's spinning us into these it's a light vehicle, so it's spinning us into a very protective environment, but also it can take us to different spaces and places as well. And with that, this is a way that we can not only just protect ourselves, but also nurture and love ourselves, because we are essentially, we are holding the greatest frequency of love when we can love ourselves first. Most people are trained, from birth to look for love outside of themselves, to get that approval from somebody else. And, even the happily ever after, we have to get, find someone we love or that loves us, and therefore, we can give that love to somebody else. And that happens with so many people. They just give all of their love to somebody else, and then when that relationship breaks up, they're absolutely broken-hearted. They want to kill themselves. All that kind of drama happens because they just have not given themselves enough of what they've given another person. So, it's important that we are holding ourselves accountable for the amount of love that we're holding within ourselves, and that will reflect outside of us. It reflects in the way we're choosing to dress, the way we're choosing to speak, just always looking at life through the mirror, because it all reflects back to us when we're, preening ourselves and taking care of our body and taking care of our vibration. It's important that we try and maintain our vibration so we don't get those moods that crash us so quickly, that actually take us into the lower octave and into Tufeke's whirlpool of the mind. But, that be kind to ourselves, be gentle on ourselves, and be patient with ourselves, instead of losing ourselves in that moment of victim, or, that you could even be in a situation where you feel that there's that someone is, you can feel resentful if you do too much, you give so much to somebody else, and then you start feeling resentful about it. So, making sure that you're doing things for the right reason. If you don't feel that you want to do something, then don't do it. Don't do it and then feel resentful afterwards, because, you're not self-caring. That's not self-love. That's actually self-abuse. So we got to, take care of ourselves. And trust that little voice inside. So, most people don't trust themselves enough to be able to make potent decisions and put those sacred boundaries in place. So it's trusting yourself, trusting the divine directives that are coming your way. And when grief does show up, which it will do with most of us, we've all had lives. I mean, I just experienced something yesterday where I had the D-Day for my son, the Darth doorway, and I was only 21 when I went through that doorway. But it was probably the most profound initiation I have ever had in my entire life. And even though it was really tough going through that, it took me about 5-6 years to actually work through the layers of grief. It felt like the gift is now present. So I'm receiving the gifts, and I have been for all these years, and every year I always remember, and that remembrance allows others to remember. And grief isn't linear, it's cyclical too, so you can go through waves of it. Like suddenly I'll just break down and remember and go through another wave, especially when I'm seeing, feeling sentient and feeling empathy towards somebody else and reading their story or feeling their story or whatever it is, you can break into that, that spiral, that energy. And sometimes we just have to let the water move. We live on a water planet. We're water beings. Tears just flow, sometimes for no reason at all. Sometimes just to clear the channels and, let them carry what words can't. So just letting the flow happen and going with the flow in more than one way. And so, we're riding this crystal storm as well, it feels like. There's been lightning, there's been thunder, there's been this winds of change. We've had a lot of high winds, here and probably all over Aotearoa. Anhara had her market day cancelled recently because of the high winds. We had them beaming through here. So we've had all these different weather patterns coming through. And now, this is a reminder for us that we're in something big here. The storm actually exposes what is already unstable, which can illuminate the hidden and shake to the core and shake loose what needs to come with us and what we need to leave behind. This is the timeline. We're in that eclipsing period. It's important that we can't, we don't fight it, we'll fear it. We actually have to go through it. And sometimes we have to get completely swept up in the storm and learn to ride it really well. And so, it's not about stopping the storm, it's really about what are you becoming through the storm. Because that's the thing, we're all alchemizing right now. And we're getting a lot of stuff in media and a lot of agendas and, the AI thing. And I know that Naomi was just sharing with me today that they've got a spy robot in her work now that's keeping an eye on their production. And so, there's that piece to contend with, and it's like, whoa! And then just the other day, I was looking at the robot Olympics, and it's like, oh my gosh, we are getting quite technologically implosive right now. So, but we are creating as well the new reality field, and it's important for us to remember and to recognise that. This is a big doorway for us, and know that when we come together, when we really start to work with this alchemy, then we get to switch things up. That's what I'm going to say right now. So back over to you, Granny Anhara.
Oh, wow, that was cool. Well, I wanted to talk a little bit about the eclipse window because it's quite big. So on the 28th of August. And I watch a guy called Chasing Chiron. I really like his vibe. And anyway, so he talks about alchemy and axis. Repressing our desires, passions, and authenticity equals a cathartic release, and he calls that an electrical storm sideways equals our unconscious. So that's like, yeah, when we shove it all down, and then all of a sudden we have these outbursts. And that's exactly like these storms, right? These storms are all the unresolved energy from humanity that, and the elementals play it out. So we're creating some new creation codes on a shamanic level. We harness our energy and direct it where it needs to go. We channel it toward the brokenness. So, alchemy, we are constantly being cracked open, constantly being broken. Harness it into higher expressions of yourself in the context of being aware of others and how they play it out. So, a little bit like what you're talking about, the mirror work, feeling like you're too much for others. So that's sometimes being, you want to be authentic, but you feel others think you're a bit too much if you fully express yourself. And so you try and suppress it and conform. And this is where we get into that sort of unconscious sideways storm thing going on, because sooner or later your authenticity wants to come out. So rather than seeing it as cracking open of self and seeing more of yourself shine through, we've got to move through these old patterns. They're really holding us back because we have a lot of creative energy right now. And what does our soul want? That's the question. So we have to have some guardianship of our soul, and protect our soul knowledge and our soul wisdom and let that be the leading front of everything. What do I do with all this energy? This is Aries. You are going to be born with all this life force. So we're born into this world, and that's why children are so onto it. And they have so many ideas and they're creative. They get over their wounds quickly. But now we're sort of slowly being numbed down and dumbed down. And so, how are we going to, work with this and harness this energy that's around right now, especially the storm energy? I love this one. This is from Standing Via Network. I refuse to make wounds the only thing we wish to pass along. I'm just going to say that one again. I refuse to make wounds the only thing we wish to pass along to the future generations. That's powerful. What we give while we are here, what are we giving to others? While we are becoming, we can help others because we understand. We've been there and we've done that. We protect a little piece of the flame to build a great fire. And I feel like that's what we're doing. So we get coherent to the frequency. Now, Stella Alonza, she's one of the Moo sisters, and she wrote this: get coherent to the frequency you want to live in. Oh, yeah. So get coherent to the frequency you want to live in. Well, yeah, we've got to take responsibility. So we're getting the sun, we're getting the plasma, it awakens the DNA, the cells are awakened, we've got all this energy. What the hell are you going to do with it? Okay. So we're going to have a little look at Venus opposite Saturn. So this is about taking a sobering, more mature view in how we show up in relationships, how we come face to face with people, steward our, oh, like this is one for me, because I had a pretty bad week financially last week, challenging. Steward our financials, steward our creativity, and steward our resources, the things we value, including our self-worth. Steward that too. Have stewardship over that. We need to take a look at the decisions we make and the choices we make around saying that what we value. So Mars and Aries, it's a 14-month cycle. Our emergence through intense and profound self-refinement through our relationship with ourself, just what you've been talking about, and community. our own energy, emergence against the backdrop of others. So that's right, moving past that. Oh, oh God, I might be too much for someone. Well, who cares? You've got to be authentic, in a beautiful way, not being arrogant or full of ego, right? Um, so, intense repetition, repeated cycles, and repeated from March on a merry-go-round relationship. So, watching those repeating cycles, and yeah, I've been teaching people to say, beep, that shit, boom, we don't want that. We don't want that in our reality, those loopings. Nah, we're way past that. Out you go, move that energy off, reclaim our empowerment. Um, you can take a pessimistic view and say, I am exhausted, and tell others whatever story we want to, but it's about seeing the sacredness of it, of all that happens, like everything that you went through with your son and what you learned from that. I mean, he took you through an amazing initiation, as did my nephew that lived with me for 5 years, and then he had got leukemia. He went back to live with his mum a year later from leaving me, and he passed away when he was 18. Anyway, exactly, Maggie, that's the one. So, the sacredness of our emergence coming through those refinements, and on the Libra side, about drilling down through these repetitions in our life to come to who we really are. We can't get to come in one session. It takes time and effort. We have to keep hanging in there. We have to keep making that forward movement all the time, right? And don't give up. So, how do we bring this into our daily life? Well, this is Aries and the sacred access. Exactly what you're saying. Like, we've got to set up every morning. We do our, our mantras. Our do a bit work with a map. I believe that we do have a map mantra coming in very soon with the Blue Diamond map, the Waikitapu map, and we can be saying rounds of that. I can't wait for that. A true sound seed will really elevate us. So there's a checkpoint. We come face to face with the decisions we have made throughout our lives. Going back to March, it carries forward to the waning side to maybe May next year. So we're having there's some checkpoints coming up. April 17th, the checkpoints were April 17th, 17 coming in again, May 28th, and July the 9th. They were big ones. Go back and look at those dates, look what was coming through. They are all tension points that show us what we need to look at honestly within inside ourselves. Do we like how we are showing up? These are real soul questions. Are we honoring our soul? You know, can you do better? Is there more to be had there? Do we like the decisions we have made? Can we make higher decisions? It's gotten us to where we are now, but if we look at what we see and don't like it, course correct. So that was like a big thing about course correcting. I love that. I do it every day just about because, there's always something to look at. Oh, yeah, I'll try to, Carolina. Otherwise, I can put it on our threads. So Venus in Libra, let's have a look at that. 7th of August to the 10th of September. Love elegance. Like you said, dress yourself up. Really honor your soul essence. Easygoing and beautiful. How can we increase our elegance in our home, inside of us? Put things on or around you that make you feel good, looking for similarities and what we have in common with everybody. A new look, a new outfit, getting along with people, social blending, a good time to mend rifts right now with your family and your friends. So Venus, the planet of charm, your words and the way you socialize is extra charming. Is there a conversation you need to have with someone? Question mark. You have this charm, so it's easily accepted by others and vice versa. You can hear them better and they can hear you. So it's a good time for that. And that's also about the blue diamond. The blue diamond's to do with the throat chakra and communication, how we communicate. Um, so in general, it's a good time to resolve outstanding issues with anyone around you. Enjoy being you and everything about you. Lots of Leo energy at the moment, pushing us to be quite out there. Oh, yeah. Um, so being social, and Venus in Libra, you are social. So go and work your charm. If you need charm, if you need to charm with an awful lot, give it out there. Just try it, see how it goes. Play it out a bit like a play. Everything is easily understood for people. I'll pass it back to you, and if we have enough time, I'd like to actually talk about a star seed tonight.
Kia ora. I thought I'd just stand up for a bit because I've been seated for most of the day, actually doing a lot of stuff online. So, yeah, it's one of those days. I did go for a big walk this morning though, which felt really good. So, yeah, thank you for that, sister. Yeah, there's a lot in the astrology at the moment because we are following star law. It's important that we do. And I know that in some traditions they don't want to know anything about star law and have got their own stargate systems and so on. But they do mean something, you know. In all cases, that actually does, it's significant. And as we know, we are following it and we are seeing the changes that are happening. Like it's quite literal. So, yeah, this big doorway that we're in is, yeah, it's quite significant. And really feeling that forgiveness piece as well. And, working with the map and the blue diamond has been really revolutionary for me personally. And what I've been doing and what I really want to hone in on is the awareness of the higher heart. And, we're no longer just functioning from the lower frequency of the heart, which is, I guess, what the heart portal is. It's been quite conditioned. And when we raise the energy up, once we actually really feel that love frequency and we raise it to the higher octave, then we can really start to activate the truth of the diamond, because this is all connected to truth, and Archangel Michael carries that sword, and that's one of the reasons why we've got him over here. Where am I? Over here. Yeah, there he is. Yeah, I can't quite work it out. It's quite yeah, it's the opposite when you're doing it online like that. Anyway, so Archangel Michael has been one of our kaitiaki, as well Gabriel on the other side. So these are the two archangels that Te Kooti worked with when he was in prison on the Chatham Islands, and when he first got the downloads around the blue diamond and the blue ray and the blue flame. They literally assisted him to awaken, and he had these two archangels present to him. And after they had done a big transmission with him and downloaded him with all the codes, he then was able to heal through these portals in his hands. So the blue flame started literally coming out of his hands, and he was able to work in that way. But he was also had a higher mind as well. It activated his neocortex, and he was able to feel what it was to have this higher heart intelligence that came in for him. And so with this, there's the beautiful alignments of the Nildoya, the sacred flame that happens when we really activate our heart intelligence, we then start to feel that flame happening, that beautiful triple flame of sapphire, cobalt, and aquamarine. They come together, they illuminate. And it's so many things, we don't talk about it often enough to really emphasize exactly what it is, but it is also a double tetrahedron frequency that, and we did talk about it on Sunday, so it's good to reiterate this information as well. So you are getting a bit of a double dose of information, but also going even deeper in some, maybe not tonight. We went pretty deep on Sunday because we went through all the architecture as well and all the archetypes, but we aren't going to have time for that tonight. I'm literally going to explain it a little bit more. So with the Merkaba that sits in here, which is where it resides pretty much, we activate it through our consciousness, but it's the lower tetrahedron of the Merkaba spins counterclockwise, and then with same as the hemisphere. So the southern hemisphere, the waters actually spin counterclockwise, and the northern hemisphere is clockwise. So it's the same with the tetrahedron. So we're following the waters. This is a water diamond, remember, and it's working with the plasma that's coming directly from the mother sun. So we are literally activating the portal of the Sirius plasma that's coming through. It's the gateway to Sirius, and this here in the ancient teachings of the Sephiroth will have the Sirius gateway right here, which is also known as the Da'ath doorway, which is a death, like it's a death doorway. So we're literally going through a rebirth. When we really activate this, we get to come back to life, because it also is a rejuvenation chamber. So it's many things, it's like a super diamond. It's so many things all at once. And we are spinning this diamond. This is what we are advising people to do every day on a daily, to work with their maps. And if you haven't got your map yet, reach out and I'll send you a copy. This is the map here. This is the original map, and this is more the refined map. And Archangel Michael and Archangel Gabriel are standing as guardians of the Golden Gates of Eden. This is the new Eden, and works with the Edenic consciousness. So we're also following the star law. This is the Sirius, symbol of Sirius. This is a symbol of Orion, and the Mintaka, Lenan, and I can't remember the other one. And that there is Pleiades. That's the symbol of Pleiades. So these are the sacred symbols that all connect to the star lineages that are very connected to the map and the blue diamond. And we also have the pyramid tech, which we, of course, are. We are living pyramids. We have that technology within us. We are celestial biotech, as with all the pyramids around the planet. So we actually attune to that through our piezoelectric currents, which operate through our bones, through our pineal gland, and all those parts of ourselves. And so this is about going into trust, fully trusting ourselves, and not looking back and not thinking, having that imposter syndrome, am I doing it right, or whatever. Just follow your intuition. This will guide you all the way. There is a bit of a transmission with the map. There is a guidance with the map. So whoever needs to listen to that, I have the recording, and it's easy enough to send it to you. So particularly for those who have recently come on, who may not be aware of the map and the recording. And so, yeah, the gateway to Sirius, which is awakening our stellar remembrance. This is also activating the remembering of who we are as celestial beings. It's also the restoration of our divine authority and soul sovereignty, which most people haven't claimed yet. They're so still bowing to the beast here on this planet. We've kind of got a little bit trapped in this dimension, but when we fully embody these codes and start working with our higher DNA strands and the neocortex and the diamond, we then start to transcend that reality field. And the threefold flame is the spirit, soul and body in coherence. So it's also assisting us with the Merkaba tech. So breaking it down, the Mer is like the plasma tech, and that's connected to the Mer system, the Merlin, the mermaid, the mermen. So it's all connected to that. The Ka is the body, or the light body, and the Ba is the spirit body. So it's all, that's the threefold flame that helps, which spins when we start working with this. It's a flame that starts to feed the whole being, the whole body. And it also gives us it creates a protection around us. So if we ever feel unsafe in any time, if we start working with our Merkaba, which activates the triple flame, then we will immediately be in protection. So if ever you feel you're in an environment that's perhaps a little bit toxic, then you can start working with your field in that way. And it gives you more discernment as well. So it gives you more clarity in your decision making, and it can also instantly create an energetic sovereignty shield, so people just don't fuck with you. They do not mess with you because you are kind of almost like you're in your dragon body at that time. And it's also a peace diamond, so it transforms power into peace, into liberation, into sacred right relationship with yourself, with the world, with everything. It puts you fully online into the field, into the quantum field. You then become pretty, like the genie in your genes activates. Now, Te Kote is the guardian of this diamond, and he, of course, is an aspect of Archangel Michael. So, this is who I feel that he's, when I access Archangel Michael, I always have Te Kote with him. And Te Kote is, of course, an ancient sacred Māori warrior who was, unjustly put in prison because he resisted the system, the colonization that was happening. He went into resistance around it because he was a market gardener, and he'd done extremely well. He was a rongoa man. He knew how to feed the whole village. So he had a very productive industry, and that back then they didn't pay tax or anything like that, but the taxes were imposed on him, and he resisted that, and he says, no, I'm not paying tax, what the hell is that? This is my whenua. And anyway, he got put in prison, he got sick in prison, and it was like they never gave him an end date when he was going to stop being in prison. This is the thing, they were putting people in prison and then just more or less throwing away the key. So there was no end date to his imprisonment, and he was there for a few years before he got delirious. And then one day after he came right, and after his sickness had left, he actually was all healed, and then the great plan, the devised plan came through, and you know he had assistants. He had these two on his side to help assist with his escape. So they waited for all the guards to get drunk because it was a nightly piss up. You know, they were all completely out of it by 9, 10 o'clock at night. So they then planned their escape, and they were waiting for the supplies vessel to come, and then they took the supplies vessel, and I think in the scuffle and the escape, one person didn't make it. One of the guards got shot or ended up getting killed, and then from there they had the biggest manhunt in Aotearoa, and they hunted him down for 10 solid years. They had more people die from chasing Te Kooti than any other time in history. So, for one accidental death. And so this is how ridiculous the system is. They would not let up on him. He ended up getting pardoned in the end, and he'd set up his own ringatu faith and all of that. So, you know, this is a man who was carrying massive transmissions that had come through for him. The blue diamond was revealed to him. He'd fished it out of a lake and ended up putting it somewhere, because that was what gave him the powers as well. He was guided all along by these two, and the blue diamond is a physical diamond as well, but it's also all these other aspects which he engaged with and he was able to master within himself, within his own body tech. And so it's also the master diamond, so it's the ignition key that activates all the other diamonds. So it was the only diamond that was not found in the Ark of the Covenant, and that Ark, was they looked everywhere for the blue diamond, but they couldn't find it, and they ended up going to Tahiti, and this is the Vatican ended up going to Tahiti because they were the ones that were chasing all the tongas all over the planet, all the treasures, and they had captured all the other diamonds, but they actually had to wait. Sorry, what was that? I feel it strong tonight. What brings? Okay. So they ended up going over, the Vatican army ended up going over to Tahiti, and this was like 1,000 years ago or whatever, and then they blooded the warriors over there. They did blood rituals on them, and then they got them to come here on the wakas, on the warrior wakas, the pahi. They weren't the double-hulled canoes, you know, they weren't the catamarans, they were the single-hulled, they were war waka. They came here specifically to wage war and find that diamond, and that's what their task was, to find the diamond. They never did find the diamond, but there was a lot of bloodshed here. This was a land of peace. The Waitaha were here. They were the true peacekeepers. They didn't have any of the weapons, and the Moriori as well, they were the peacekeepers too. They didn't have weapons to protect themselves, but they all got, you know, imprisoned, slaughtered, whatever, and then it got blended into the genes. So that's the link that was gone to find the blue diamond. The blue diamond is not something that can be received by lower frequencies. You actually have to be encoded with it to find it, and it will only be revealed to somebody who's got the right frequency, and it's already been predicted that it will be a rainbow warrior who comes from the east that will basically bring the whole world or all the tribes back together. And I'm feeling it's the tribes of the whole planet. So it's somebody that will come and will free the people and bring all of the tribes together. So that's what Te Kooti has brought through in his prophecy, in his rainbow prophecy. So, you know, the diamond, the blue diamond, opens up all the other diamonds and reveals the rainbow diamond. So that's what I feel I'm going to share right now. It's quite a big kōrero. It's quite deep. You may have received more from that from tonight than you did on the foundation as well. So yeah, it is time to share this knowledge. And for those who want to go deeper with this work and learn about the architecture of the blue diamond, because it has an incredible sacred sovereign soul architecture, it's a quantum architecture, then please come and do the foundation training. You will not regret it. It's deep training, it's a full initiation, and it's yeah, life changing. So putting down the toko, over to you, sister.
Well, that is a big kōrero. I think, like we can only fully experience the blue diamond by journeying with it and journaling, writing our dreams and having it's like Carmel talks about the stars. She said if one star system or a star or a planet actually gets your attention, have a kōrero with it. And it's almost like the blue diamond. We kōrero with it, right? Love that. Yes, blue diamond waters in the bath. So I've told the story before, but yeah, I was driving into Lake Waikaru Moana. We were on a blue diamond trip, and I started seeing this spinning around in front of my heart chakra, which is actually part of the portal, right? And it was spinning, and I'm like, shit, what is that? And I looked down, it was the blue diamond, and it seriously activated me. And I started channeling and having some other things happen. And it's the same with the Merkabahs, the Merkabahs, our Merkabah. It actually rotates. And what happens when we fully have the Merkabahs in place, we know when we walk the map, which we will be walking all the maps when during our retreat. It's very powerful. It's very potent. The field is activated by us all being there, and once you go on the maps or the Merkabahs, the outer Merkabah, then it actually activates all your infrastructure. Let's call it that. Your Merkabah from your galactic self right through the light bodies, through the physical body, and anchoring it down into Papatūānuku. And the thing with that is that we can access information. We can access more of the DNA, and it actually switches it on more because they're actually fields of light, fields of information that are being rewired in us. It's so powerful. So yeah, hail to the blue diamond, and aren't we just so fortunate that we got to have the blue diamond here in Aotearoa, and it is here, I believe, still here. I wanted to give them a little taste of the a star seed, and I chose tonight the hydra. So I actually am a hydra star seed when I come out of a black hole, and probably a lot of you are. I'll show you a picture, but I don't know if you can see it. She's a bit freaky. She's got a little snaky wakey with her. Can you see it?
Not anymore. We were able to start
Oh, did
with
you
for
have a
some reason.
glimpse of her? Okay, we'll just see if we can bring her back up. Anyway,
Yes.
so she is, yeah, she's quite galactic, and she's working with the hydra, the snake energy. So you are here for the goddess rising. You, as spirit consciousness, have had multiple journeys through time space. Let's visit Hydra. It is the last constellation in the southern hemisphere, connected to Mary Magdalene and the divine feminine. So that's also looking at the snakes in the Hawaii Tapu map when you've done the cosmic map. And we had an experience with the white cobra, and that's a water cobra. Everything matches up with something else, So the astrology of Hydra, the brightest star in Hydra called Alphard. Alphard is the heart of the serpent and carries the symbolism of the great serpent of creation. When this energy energy is used in unconscious behavior, submerged in the unconsciousness. This untamed energy results in emotional outbursts or even chaos or war. The preferred expression is through conscious passion focused on a desired goal which strengthens and helps with determination. It is the creative emergent energy of the void. We, through self-discipline, tame this energy, and it can be seen as Mother Kundalini, which is at the base of the spine. Use it for a higher purpose. Hydra star seeds are very connected to the Kundalini energy. We raise our Kundalini up from the base of our spine up to our crown chakra to have divine union with the creator of divine aroha and knowing, divine peace and bliss. This way, the divinity of our starseed gifts can be made manifest on the earth. This is what Bernard Brady has to say. The fixed star Alphard gives wisdom, musical or artistic appreciation, knowledge of the human nature, strong passions, and lack of self-control. Most who carry Hydrid starseed markings also have a connection to crows and ravens, which are very magical. Their mission is to bring the divine feminine into wholeness with the divine masculine, to open others' hearts up to the cycles in which we are all a part of. They usually have great wisdom and experience when it comes to the divine. They delve deeper into the unknown to understand what it is that many are not aware of, through reclaiming the sacredness of sexuality and divine union. Hydra starseed mission on earth is to align with the goddess rising and bring the divine feminine back into conscious awareness, and with the sacred worship of Mother Earth, Papatūānuku, and nature. The incarnated souls of Hydra are very open-hearted. They usually become messengers for others through their connection with the liminal underworld and with the energy cycles. Both Corvus and Hydra share similar soul missions of bringing balance between the divine male and female. These two star seeds are connected together, not only starseed-wise, but through history. Hydra star seeds are very artistic, very intellectual, and very spiritual, more likely to be followed or accompanied by spirits. In Greek mythology, Hydra has another aspect, but that's for another planetary storytelling episode of clearing your shadows to rise. And that's what has to happen. We have to work on our archetypes, and it's all to do with the blue diamond, the 4 archetypes, to rise up and have divine union with Mother Kundalini in the crown chakra. We are all star-seeded. In my galactic journey, I came from the faraway galaxy, cosmically speaking, and I entered through here. So ngā mihi to the beautiful sister Yvonne for the kōrero, and may it help you realise that we come from many star systems. This is just one of them, but I feel probably a lot of you here are connected to the Hydra star seeds, star system. Yeah. Putting down the rākau.
Kia ora. I feel it's time for some movement. So, yeah, let's anchor this all in, because, you know, when we're using the frequencies of the blue diamond, we are literally calling back home the sacred waters. And, you know, Hydra is a water planet as well, I understand. It's a water star system. And there's a lot of water codes that do come from there. So let us move this awakening of the blue diamond, because essentially here in First Light we are guardians of something very sacred, and it's time to let that sacred come home to self, because it's this. Some people get confused about First Light being just here and that's it, we're only guardians of here, but actually First Light is here in no time, it's everywhere. So whatever happens here happens first, and that's what we are guardians of, not so that it's all secret and we're guarding like we have got guns guarding, but it's like we are kaitiaki, we are tending it, and that's the gift. That's the gift to the world that we're holding. So without further ado, I'm just inviting us to all stand and have a wee kani, because it is divine time. And this is a song that was created today, so I'm looking forward to sharing it with you because it's kind of rocking, if I may say so myself. So getting those hips.
First light, tayo na natikorangi, marangamay, te mara matua tahi fitimay, tokumana tokumauri, tokuahi, katuranga tira, karere kiterangi, blue diamond the rise, first light shine, my sovereignty, my life force, my fire, I stand sovereign, rising into the sky, triple flame rising, Nildoya ignite, spirit, soul and body locking into light, blue flame takes my crown, sovereign soul diamond, we are standing ground. Time na tikorangi, marangamay, te mara matua tahi fitimay, tokumana tokumauri, tokuahi, katuranga tira, karere kiterangi, karere kiterangi. Raise the hand of peace, let the old world fall. Tekochi's flame of freedom, liberation calls. Truth becomes the armor, peace becomes the sword. Blue diamond blazing, sovereignty restored. Time na tikorangi, marangamay, te mara matua tahi fitimay, tokumana tokumauri, tokuahi, katuranga tira, karere kiterangi, mahakawatahimu, mahakawatahimu, mahakawatahimu. Heavens roll, one diamond awakens, then 1,000 more. America by spinning earth and Sirius align, crowned and living freedom, the diamond is alive. Time na kikorangi, marangamay, te mara matua tahi fitimay, tokumana tokumauri, tokuahi, katuranga tira, karere kiterangi. Remember the cold, remember the flame, remember your power, remember your name. Sword and the bowl, fire and the sea, open the gateway, set the diamond free. Mahakawatahimu, 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 mahakawatahimu. Blue flame burning, triple flame rising, Sirius calling, diamond igniting, mahakawatahimu, mahakawatahimu. Reclaim the crown, raise the hand of peace, awaken the diamonds, first light, rise.
Could definitely do another round of that. Yes, I've had a couple of kanis to that already today. Been enjoying that. Oh, So, whānau, I feel that, oh gosh, we have gone over time a little bit. There was a lot in our kōrero. So we will wind up and just to end our time together, just feel to just maybe share out some final, just a final little piece, and just getting you to go into your hearts, being really present here in your higher heart, feeling the diamond here, feeling the blue diamond beaming across this water planet. And wherever the light touches another diamond, it awakens. One diamond, then another, then another. So let the diamond guide you on this next part of the journey. Let it open the peace trail for you. Let it come back to the diamond of your higher heart. Trust yourself. Honour what is changing. Release what has been completed. Allow the grief to move like sacred water through you. Listen to the divine directives of our tupuna, of our kaitiaki, of the ones that are holding space for us on the other side. Love, listen, step forward, discern, rest, speak, serve and trust. Become the diamond. So whānau, on that note, just closing down, thanking you all for coming here tonight. It's been a real pleasure having you here. It's so great to be back, and you know, I'm glad I got back before the super volcano blasted itself 10 miles high. So yeah, it's been a real pleasure. So just closing out, e te atua e ngā tipuna whakakotahitia mātou i raro i te aroha me te maramatanga kia rere ngā wai ora o mū i roto i a mātou hei ko tahitanga mō te ao. Amen. Blessings to you all. Mwah. Much love, whānau, and we'll see you Friday for a
Much love, whānau. Much aroha. Mwah, mwah,
Aroha.
mwah.
Aroha.
See you, gorgeous muscles.
We have to go to work now, Bridget. I know.
bye for now.
Bye.
Ciao, ciao, ciao.
Mahakawatahimu. 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 Blue diamond burning, fire in my veins, breaking every boundary, shattering the chain. Sirius is calling, blazing through the night. Wake the ancient memory, we are first light. Taina na tikorangi, marangamai. Te mara matua tahi, fiti mai. Toku mana toku mauri, toku ahi. Katuranga tira, karere ki te rangi. Blue diamond arise, first light shine. My sovereignty, my life force, my fire. I stand sovereign, rising into the sky. Triple flame rising, Nildoya ignite. Spirit, soul and body locking into light. Blue flame around me, nothing takes my crown. Sovereign soul slave, my freedom, liberation calls. Truth becomes the armor, peace becomes the sword. Blue diamond blazing, sovereignty restored. Time manapikorangi, marangamai. Te mara matua tahi fitimai. Tokumana tokumauri, tokuahi. Katuranga tira, karere kiterangi. Mahakawatahimu, mahakawatahimu, mahakawatahimu. Hear the heavens roar. One diamond awakens, then 1,000 more. America by spinning, earth and Sirius align. Crowned and living freedom, the diamond is alive. Taimana kikorangi, marangamai. Te mara matua tahi fitimai. Tokumana tokumauri, tokuahi. Katuranga tira, karere kiterangi. Remember the cold, remember the flame. Remember your power, remember your name. Sword and the bowl, fire and the sea. Open the gateway, set the diamond free. Mahakawatahimu, mahakawatahimu, mahakawatahimu. Mahakawatahimu, 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 mahakawatahimu. Blue flame burning, triple flame rising, Sirius calling, diamond igniting. Mahakawatahimu, mahakawatahimu.
Reclaim the crown.